We miss our daughter so much. Our house is quiet, there's someone missing, but we try to do the best that we can. We've started a foundation, Christina Taylor Green Memorial Foundation, in her memory, and we've done amazing things. Funded a lot of youth programs here in Tucson and southern Arizona. So we're proud of the work that we're doing in her memory. I went to Newtown a few days after the tragedy, and I plan on going back on the 14th, and I plan on supporting the people there and their families and offering them any kind of, support and love and prayers that I can, because I live their pain every day and I've gone through it. Our family does own guns. We do believe in the Second Amendment. I don't think our views have changed that much since the shooting. We've always believed that people should have a background check. What we've learned in the last 2 years is that 40% of guns that are purchased in the United States are not required to have a background check. So. I think that what I've been doing lately is getting on board with Mayors Against Illegal Weapons. Mother taught us patience, the virtues of restraint. And making sure that the laws that we have on the books right now are enforced. Father taught us boundaries, the knowledge we must go.
NBC's Meet the Press moderator David Gregory is being investigated by Washington, D.C. police. Cops want to know if he violated D.C. gun laws. Now, the reason is this exchange Sunday between Gregory and the executive vice president of the National Rifle Association, Wayne LaPierre. Watch.
Here's a magazine for ammunition that carries 30 bullets. Now, isn't it possible that if we got rid of these, if we replaced them and said, well, you could only have a magazine that carries 5 bullets or 10 bullets, isn't it just possible that we could reduce the carnage in a situation like Newtown?
I don't believe that's going to make one difference.
Okay, police want to know whether the 30-round magazine Gregory displayed was real or fake, because possessing a large-capacity ammunition device is illegal in the District of Columbia, where NBC studios are located, even if it's not attached to the weapon. Police department spokesperson said NBC asked if it could use the high-capacity magazine on air, and it was told no. The network has not responded to CNN's request for comment.
And hopefully in the future possibly have a ban on military-style weapons and high-capacity magazines, because I don't believe these belong in our communities.
I'm trying to protect my unity.
Newsmaker interview with the Vice President of the United States. I spoke with Vice President Biden this afternoon in the Secretary of War suite at the old Executive Office building in Washington. Are you in favor of federal legislation that would ban the sale of these multi-round cartridges holders?
Jimmy may remember in the old days when I had some real power. I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee. I'm the guy that first passed and wrote the assault weapons ban, and also tried to pass legislation relative to the size of magazines. That is, those clips that hold all the bullets that get shoved up into the rifle.
31. Well, it's 31 rounds.
And there's all kinds of them.
Sure,
various
sure.
So I, as a senator and I, as a elected official, have been on record as supporting, and we did originally have an assault weapons ban in place. But here's what's going on right now in the administration. There are a number of proposals coming forward that are going to be looked at by the Justice Department and the President will speak to as he takes a look at what some of the suggestions are relative to how to deal with what is deemed by most Americans as not appropriate or consistent with the Second Amendment, which we strongly support. But the president has not made a decision on those at this point, and we're just getting the input from the House and the Senate and others, and the Justice Department is looking at it, and the president, as his spokesman has said, will be speaking to those. But if the president asks you, the answer is going to be yes, ban them, right? Well, my advice, as you know, you've been doing this so long, if it's going to have any impact, it shouldn't be delivered to him through a news program. Gotcha. It should be delivered to him by me personally. Why didn't the president even mention that in his State of the Union address? Well, look, there's so many things. I was asked earlier, why didn't the president mention mental health? Why didn't he mention? There's 1,000 things that could have legitimately been mentioned, and had he 10 hours, or this were going to be 5 states of the union, there's a lot more could have been mentioned.